Welcome to Next Line Reports. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Global trade in turmoil. Supply chains snap. Is your job next? These headlines reveal a world in flux. For decades, the global economy relied on seamless trade, with goods flowing from Chinese factories to American shelves. But that era is over. We're witnessing a historic realignment, a supply chain shakeup rewriting the rules of international trade. This isn't just an economic story. It's about your wallet, the products you buy, and the future of American jobs. The pandemic exposed the fragility of long, complex supply chains, leaving Americans with empty shelves and long waits. Geopolitical tensions and trade disputes have fractured the old system, forcing a reckoning for governments and corporations. Now, the question isn't if things will change, but how and where. American companies are scrambling for new partners, seeking stability and resilience. The decisions made today will shape the economic landscape for generations. As the dust settles, two Southeast Asian nations are emerging as frontrunners, Vietnam and the Philippines. For years, Made in China was everywhere, a symbol of globalized manufacturing. American companies flocked to China for its massive labor force and low costs, defining the global economy for a generation. But cracks have appeared. Rising labor costs, trade wars, and tariffs have eroded China's edge. The COVID-19 pandemic was the final blow, exposing the risks of relying on a single source for critical goods. Enter the new mantra, China Plus One. Companies are diversifying, not abandoning China, but building a second manufacturing base elsewhere. This strategy is about resilience and risk mitigation, not just cost. The search for that plus one has sparked fierce competition among developing nations. American companies want more than cheap labor. They need stability, a skilled workforce, and strong infrastructure. The goal is to build for the long term, producing not just t-shirts, but semiconductors and medical devices. The nation that meets these demands stands to gain immensely. As American companies search for their plus one, Vietnam and the Philippines rise to the top. Both are strategically located, with young populations and governments eager for investment. Vietnam has become the early frontrunner, positioning itself as a direct alternative to China for large-scale manufacturing. Its proximity to China and aggressive trade deals have attracted tech giants and massive factories. The Philippines, meanwhile, offers a different value its people. With a large, highly educated English-speaking workforce, the Philippines streamlines communication and management for American firms. The country is moving up the value chain, targeting industries like aerospace, electronics, and business services. It's a classic matchup. Vietnam's scale and experience versus the Philippines' skilled, adaptable workforce. For American companies, the choice depends on their needs and vision. The decision will shape the economic futures of both nations. The stakes are high, and the contest is just beginning. Vietnam's rise as a manufacturing powerhouse is remarkable. It's the primary beneficiary of the move away from China, thanks to its experience and ability to deliver at scale. Major companies like Samsung and Intel have invested billions, building efficient, sprawling factories. Vietnam's government has aggressively pursued free trade agreements and offered incentives to attract foreign investment. This strategy has fueled rapid growth and millions of new jobs. But success brings challenges. Rising labor costs and strained infrastructure threaten to slow progress. Congestion and energy shortages are becoming common, creating bottlenecks for production and exports. Vietnam now faces the challenge of moving up the value chain, beyond assembly to research, design, and innovation. The government is investing in technology and education, but this transition will take time. Vietnam's future depends on becoming not just a bigger factory, but a smarter one. The world is watching to see if it can make the leap. While Vietnam grabs headlines, the Philippines is quietly building its case as America's next manufacturing partner. Its strength lies in human capital, a young, literate, English-speaking population. This linguistic and cultural affinity with the West is a game changer for American companies. The Philippines is already a leader in business process outsourcing, handling complex service operations for major corporations. Now, it's leveraging these skills to attract higher-value manufacturing, arguing that if its workforce can handle complex services, it can handle sophisticated assembly. The government is pushing reforms to cut red tape and offer incentives, especially in advanced sectors. The CREATE Act and other reforms aim to shift the economy toward electronics, aerospace, and medical devices. But challenges remain: bureaucracy, corruption, and especially inadequate infrastructure. The Build Better More program aims to close the gap, but success will require sustained investment. The Philippines' future hinges on matching its human capital with world-class infrastructure. For American companies, workforce is often the deciding factor. Vietnam offers deep experience in mass production, seasoned, disciplined workers who excel at large-scale assembly. This industrial discipline means efficiency and predictability, ideal for companies prioritizing speed and scale. The Philippines, by contrast, offers specialized expertise and adaptability. Its strong education system and English proficiency create problem solvers, not just assembly line workers. Filipinos excel in complex assembly, quality control, and technical support, roles requiring communication and critical thinking. This is crucial for industries like medical devices and aerospace, where precision and documentation matter. Filipino technicians can read complex manuals, communicate with American engineers, and troubleshoot in real time. This reduces errors and speeds up problem solving, even if wages are slightly higher. The right workforce depends on the complexity and value of the product. Attracting foreign investment takes more than cheap labor. It requires smart policy. Both Vietnam and the Philippines are aggressively courting investors with incentives, reforms, and outreach. Vietnam's strategy includes free trade agreements and targeted incentives, making it a gateway to global markets. Tax holidays and reduced land fees lure companies to high-priority sectors and regions. The Philippines has reformed its tax system and now offers tailored incentive packages for strategic investors. Recent legal changes allow full foreign ownership in key sectors, signaling a shift toward economic liberalization. Both countries are streamlining permits and investing in vocational training to meet industry needs. Special economic zones offer one-stop shops for business setup, cutting through red tape. This policy competition benefits American companies, giving them more options and leverage. The nation with the most stable, profitable environment will win the investment race. A skilled workforce and friendly policies mean little without strong infrastructure. Logistics are the arteries of global trade, moving raw materials in and finished goods out. Vietnam has a head start, with major investments in ports, roads, and railways, plus a land border with China. But its infrastructure is straining under rapid growth, causing congestion and power shortages. Billions are being invested in upgrades, but development struggles to keep pace. The Philippines faces a bigger challenge. Decades of underinvestment have left ports and roads lagging. Congestion and delays have deterred investors, but the Build Better More program aims to modernize everything from airports to railways. If successful, this could unlock the Philippines' full economic potential. For American companies, infrastructure is a key factor in choosing where to invest. The race is on to see which nation can deliver the logistics needed for 21st century manufacturing. The Vietnam-Philippines rivalry misses a bigger point. The future isn't zero-sum. American companies have learned that resilience comes from a network of partners, not dependence on one country. Vietnam and the Philippines may end up as collaborators as much as competitors. Companies could use Vietnam for large-scale assembly and the Philippines for complex, high-value tasks. This dual hub strategy creates a powerful, complementary Southeast Asian base. It spreads risk, matches tasks to the right workforce, and boosts agility. A product could be designed in the Philippines, sourced through Vietnam, and assembled in both. This approach fosters innovation, quality, and stable prices for global consumers. The real story is how these nations, and others, will work together to power the next era of global manufacturing. The future is about building a balanced, secure, and resilient economic world.